Oh man. Once again, when I review this, I have to think about this with a very reasonable, logical thought process. Because when you like something source material so much and you see it come into life, animated, and you're like, that's not how that happened, or that's not how that works, you get frustrated, you get angry. But then reviewers have me like, no, you need to understand why they're doing this. Why they decided to take this route. Why? First, let's talk about the opening and outro. Outro, not bad. My favorite part in the outro is when you have Mr. Mew beating up all the noise. That's probably the best thing about the intro. Is Mr. Mew. And then the outro is pretty okay too. I like how they do some references to some of the game poses, which is pretty cool. I enjoy that. And it kind of shows some foreshadowing as well. Not big foreshadowing, but how the characters respond, how they have the involvement within the series. Now let's talk about this. Episode 1 covered 3 days. 3 days, man. That was fast. I understand what they're trying to do. They're on a time clock here, but 3 days. Man. Ooh. But I still enjoyed it. I'm actually used to CG in this show for some reason. It doesn't displease me, and I guess it's because the art color and everything, how everything blends in well. So therefore, I'm not that upset about it. There's some things I question why they use CG for. But I get there on a time clock, so okay, CG just make this faster. But sometimes when you CG not at the right moment for things, it just throws off. It throws off your concentration. It ruins your focus when you're watching the anime or a show. I would say that's just how it is. So this episode mainly focused on day what 4 through 6, I believe. What 4 through 6? Yeah, it was 4 through 6, which was or was it day 4 through 5? I can't remember. See what I'm talking about? Something was supposed to happen on this day, which they didn't show. Two things I was looking forward to. One was with Shiki, and they're walking by the street, and she gets upset because she has this thing where she doesn't like it when people's clothes, their attire, is ruined. Like you might have a loose button or a torn thing on your clothes or something. She can't stand that. So she'll immediately force you to take the clothes off. No matter where you're at, she'll force you to take them off, and she will sew it for you. Just like how she did with Neku in the game, where she just told Neku to take his pants off. She took his pants off, and she started sewing up his button. I wanted to see that, just to laugh. We didn't get to see that. Like, man, I want to see that. Plus, they are not doing that thing where Neku would call Mr. Mew a pig. For some reason, he keeps calling Mr. Mew a pig. It just doesn't make any sense. It looks nothing like a pig. Even there are dark-skinned pigs out there, but they look nothing like that. Come on, even cartoon versions of pigs look nothing like a cat. But still, I was looking forward to see that, but they didn't do it. Once again, they're cutting through things. When you see these game adaptations that are like no more than 13, 12 episodes, don't expect to have a deep dive of story and character development really going on. It's more of a quick rundown of something before they go into something. Most of the time you have these kind of things is to prepare for an upcoming game that's happening, which I foresaw, by the way. But anyways, Beat and Rhyme was there only for a while. Talk about dreams and stuff, how Rhyme didn't have a dream, and Shiki had her dream. Like I said, Shaman King was about dreams as well. So the world's view is also about them talking about their dreams and how they're viewing Shibuya and how there's a clash of creeds, how everyone has their own thing, but they're not really conversing with each other. They're just ignoring, just being loudest to get their attention. No one really cares about anyone. They're all fast-paced. The internet, even though we're all conversing on the internet, we're truly not connecting. So that's something that one of my professor said in community college, where yes, we have so much internet and we connect through Facebook and Twitter, but yet, are we truly conversing? Are we truly understanding each other? You can only understand so much of someone through technology instead of meeting them in person. Even then, it's still a little, but at least you get a bit more. You especially spend some time with them. You're talking with them, you're going out to lunch with them, you're hanging around them, all that stuff. You find something about them little by little. This one, you only know what they want you to know when it comes to the internet. So it's really hard to do that. So I guess Neku in his way doesn't like it. It's too noisy, which I don't like noisy places or crowd places either. And he likes the UG in a way, No one talks to him. He doesn't talk to no one. All he has to do is scan people, see what they're truly thinking, and that's good enough for him. To him, this is the perfect world. But it seems kind of lonely, what everyone else said. So they go off to go shopping. You understand Shiki's dream of wanting to be, to design clothes, to make clothes, and make people smile through her creating of the clothes. But she mentions someone named Eri, which we'll get back to later on, which we do see in the next day, where you're seeing the two friends and they're arguing. They're supposed to do this game where it's called Creeper Reaper, where you ask a question and the Reaper will tell you yes or no. That was what Creeper Reaper was. They didn't put that in the show neither. But the question is, do they really need to do it? No, instead they do the imprinting instead. Which I guess imprinting was more important, than Creeper Reaper, the game. Which made sense. I don't know if they're going to do the pin slammers, the 10 pin slammers. I actually enjoy 10 pin slammers in a way. I was actually pretty good at it. I hope they do 10 pin slammers. But so, you see in the episode, Neku opens up more about it. How he's telling she that he likes her for what she gets, She even throws a little complex out on the next day where she sees her best friend, Eri, who looks just like her. Turns out when she went into the game, she took on the identity of her best friend because she wanted to be like her. But so in truth, Shiki isn't the cheerful person who wants to help people out and stuff like that. In reality, she really doesn't stick her nose to anyone's business or stick her neck out for anyone. She's usually to herself. She's kind of a, not a depressing person, but she was kind of plain. But she had her friend Eri, who was the more upbringing and aspiring person. So the entire time, you had a Shiki who was not really being Shiki. She didn't look like Shiki either. We to this day don't know what Shiki really looks like. Even at the end credits of the World Interview, where you see her true form, she has brown hair, and she doesn't have that much fashionable clothes, and she has glasses. The real Shiki and stuff like that. That Neku came to like throughout the show. Well, game. Well, anyways, but people prefer this Shiki anyways. Now, with that being said, one of the next things they had to do was find a way to get the pins to be the red pin looks just like the player pin. Even Shiki felt that it was weird why Neku has two player pins. It doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, they had to make the red player pins. Well, they're not player pins, but the red pins popular at a certain time by 3 o'clock. They did completely different. Where once again, this dude they're supposed to help him influence others to wear the pin and stuff, and they'll use the fashion trends, about Shibuya, which is all about fashion. Which, of course, I guess they couldn't do that. So because of that, we had to mess up all that as well. So they had to do once again imprinting, and then just showing how dangerous influence can be. How a dude, all he does is swig water down, and everyone's going gaga over it, and to the point they want to buy up the water, or even buy a cheap pen, a cheap bell, for crying out loud, where Rhyme had his bell pinned it, and the brother bought it for her, and even though Neku found out that the dude was wearing the pendant too, is what made it so popular. The thing itself is a piece of junk, technically, but just because this famous person wore it, everyone wants to wear it. And it's just the value itself goes up, whether or not it's a piece of junk or not, which kind of sucks. It really does. It's like the difference between a teacher and a basketball player. One's more important than the other, but the other one gets paid more. But the other one does bring in more money, but the other one does create the future. That's a talk for another day. However, even though they finished their mission, a mysterious noise showed up, something that they didn't do. They're changing a lot of things within the anime. And I'm wondering if this anime has something to do with the game. Just hear me out, people who are fans of the video game, of the world of View. Could it be some of the events that happens in this anime will be different? What if we get something pulled over our eyes? What if we will be surprised that maybe this is not just a quick adaptation, but an alternate story to be told that might happen for the game that's to come out? Just saying. Remember in the after story of the Nintendo Switch version the other day, they were talking about another world, another dimension that was happening, and stuff like that. And people believe that the game could be tied to that, the new game, anyways. That I'm saying, people. I'm just saying. Mm-hmm. I am usually right about these things. We'll find out sooner or later. But anyway, someone with a snap of fingers was able to stop the powerful noise, and it ended. Now, with a new resolve, Shiki sees herself entering life, where she wants to give herself a second chance at life. Turns out they're dead. It's funny. Neku was going through this entire character development, from learning from Shiki, and then all of a sudden she says, "I'm ready to come back to life," and he's like, "Wait, what? I'm dead?" I'm dead? I knew I was dead. No one told me I was dead. I thought I lost my memories. I was stuck in this stupid game. But now I'm dead too? Yes, Neku's just finding that out. Oh my gosh, poor Neku, you are going through some stuff. Now, it kind of sucks because we kind of dig in to see why Neku is the way he is. Why he doesn't want to get involved with people. More like why he's afraid to get involved with people. I don't think the anime will cover that, because it's very important why he is the way he is. In most anime, these characters are just that way, just to be that way. Neku's that way for a very good reason, but I don't think the anime will cover it, so that's it. So I'm guessing the final week, the end of the week, will be covered in the third episode, which I expect. So I'm expecting some serious impacts to happen on this third episode. I'm surprised they're doing it this way. I was hoping they would do 4 episodes per week, because, you have 3 weeks. The entire game revolves around 3 weeks. So I was hoping they would do 4 weeks 4 episodes per week. You probably have 12 episodes, so do 4 episodes per week. Just saying. But man, what I know. So anyway, that's all I got for this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and of course, hit that bell icon. This has been the Madcrown on Anime. Signing out.